quick exhaust video for 2023 Z900. Love this bike so far. First, we're going to start off with just a basic, normal stock exhaust. This big old tank right here. You know, stock exhaust, you know, sounds stock. Then we got the slip-on. And now this is what the full exhaust looks like. Leave your comments down below what your opinion is. I think the exhaust sounds great, but I also think it's for certain people. I don't think it's for everyone. If you guys only want to watch certain parts of the video, I'll have a little thing down below so you can skip through. I know that some people don't want to watch the time lapse, and I know that some people are specifically here to see the install. So I'll have little markers down below that you guys can skip through and see whatever you guys want to see. So now I'm going to show a time lapse of us taking the full exhaust off and then putting the new exhaust on. It wasn't too bad of a process. Took in total about 2 hours to do the process. All right, we just got done taking off the headers. It's pretty simple. It was a 12 millimeter. It definitely helped having a swivel. That's what it's called. It definitely helped having a swivel to get these off because they're kind of in a pain spot. If you could see, camera flashlight. If you look right here, it wasn't too bad, but the radiator's just perfectly in the way. So if you have a swivel, it'll definitely make everything a lot easier. Overall, not too bad to take off. And then there was one bolt down here at the bottom, which it was a 6 millimeter right there. Be a little bit careful taking it off because you can scratch the paint right here, which I did. Not going to show you that. Now we're putting the headers together. Almost done, honestly, with the actual heads themselves.
So this right here is the on top. And basically, when you put it on, it should be like this.
Should like that. It feels really close together though. I guess it'll make more sense when we put it. Does it have new bolts? See, what are these? I don't.
That goes to the bracket where, you know, that one.
Oh,
bolt
where we took it off.
where you were struggling with the basically after the cap.
I wasn't struggling.
Alrighty. So yeah, that's what that is. And then I'm assuming you're gonna have to reuse the bolts that were on the OEM headers.
Okay.
And then once we bolt it up, we'll put on the springs, which are probably going to be a pain in the butt.
Pulling these springs was the worst part of the project. Just go buy a spring puller. We didn't end up getting one. We should have got one. It would have made everything a lot easier and a lot smoother. But since we didn't get one, it was a lot more time consuming than it should have been.
And we'll mock up this piece, and then we'll connect it to the connector right here.
The quad and then the dual and then.
Well,
the single.
I already have it connected to this, so we could just try to connect this first. We'll connect the top piece first.
All right. Found neutral. All right, so let's talk about this exhaust a little bit. It's obnoxious. I love it. All right, I love the sound of it. It's got a great tone. It sounds amazing, but the only thing about it is it sounds almost a little too loud. Like, I originally bought this bike for a daily rider. It's honestly kind of hard to daily ride it now. Starting it in the morning, living in a neighborhood, or let's say you live at a complex, it's loud. Once it warms up, it's not too bad, like at idle. But when it's warming up, it revs to like 2,500 RPMs and it sits there. And it is extremely loud when it revs to 2,500 RPMs and sits there. So my advice is, like, if you're gonna daily ride it, I wouldn't really suggest this exhaust, at least. Like I said, it's extremely aggressive. Now, if you want to be obnoxious, you know, that's completely fine. That's up to you. Like I said, the exhaust sounds absolutely amazing, but there is that aspect of, like, if you just want to cruise around or start it in the morning, it's very loud. I would suggest Akrapovic's full exhaust if you want something a little bit more tame. Actually, going to be riding with a Z today with a full Akrapovic exhaust, and it is significantly more tame than this. It's still loud, it's still got that good throaty tone to it, but this is extremely loud compared to that. At the end of the day, it's just personal preference, whatever you prefer. This is the loudest exhaust I've ever had, even compared to my CBR with full exhaust on it. This is louder than that.